Welcome to the 128th episode of Pixelmon. My name is SwordKing090 and let's get started. And this is going to be the server called Envyblock.org. That's the server IP. If you'd like to join us, feel free to do so. Everything that you're going to need to download will be provided in the description below so that you'll be able to actually, well, let me see. I'll give someone choice cards and okay. Eevee train my Monferno. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of trust. Either they're going to do a good job at it or they're going to do a terrible job at it. Okay, so let's continue on. This is a server called Envyblock.org. Just mainly use common sense, do not X-ray, do not grieve, do not steal. Have fun, it's survival and a great community, and as well as it's Minecraft and Pokemon and MMO. So yesterday I talked about the fact that I didn't really feel appreciated at my job, and it was more or less a rant fest, and now that this is going to be a continuation of yesterday's video. Meaning that I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can and without trying to trash talk too much, because we've all been in this situation where we have a part-time job and things just doesn't go well as you thought it would be. I've been working at the same store for a good 3 years, so I already know the fact, or I pretty much have done everything really. I've pseudo-managed a store, which is pretty much a what's it called? Crew leader or shift supervisor. I pseudo-manage the store. I've done cooking, I've done cleaning, I've done customer service where I'm talking on the phone, where I'm helping the customer out, whether it be on the drive-thru or at the counter or even taking phone calls and taking the orders of the phone calls. I even talk to the owner, help the owner do things like tell the other managers who are not on site about this and this, leave notes for them and everything along matters of that, so they are up to date on what's going on. So I've done a lot when it came to the 3 years I've worked there, but I still don't feel as appreciated as anyone else would. This is kind of like the first world problems at this point. At the same time, it's like a thank you or even a compliment could go a long way for a business environment. When you compliment your coworkers, when you compliment your friends, or when you compliment the other employees at the great job that they're doing, that's going to motivate them, that's going to encourage them to actually continue on doing a great job or even doing a better job. If you don't compliment them, it's just like you're taking their work for granted. That's how I feel. And it's kind of ironic that the manager herself or himself actually said that in a good, maybe hour or hour and a half of a meeting that we had, that one of the things that they said was that I kind of don't feel appreciated here. Like a thank you every once in a while would actually make my day. And we're sitting here like, well, what about us? Because you said that you don't feel appreciated, but for us, we get in trouble for trying to do the right thing, or that we get in trouble over nothing. So how do you think that we feel on a daily basis? But here you are trying to tell us that you don't feel appreciated. That is just backwards thinking right there. This is going to be a rant fest. If my employer sees this, and I'm pretty much already done for. But at the same time, that they probably saw this themselves when they were working at any restaurant or any job, so they could relate to this. To actually turn this around and go after me is just like saying that that's complete hypocrisy, because you see yourself and sometimes you are the cause of the problem too. So let's see how well that this is going to go for me, because I know that maybe people may not find this interesting or people don't want to hear me complain a lot, but I just want to let this out, because otherwise then I'm probably going to let this out in a different video, and it's no matter what, something's going to be said. You can only do things for so long, or you can only keep things quiet for so long before you actually just let it out. But in any case, so I'm just going to go ahead and actually just sit here on the pools while I talk to you guys, because it's going to be easier while my Eevees are going to hatch soon. So I've been, pseudo manager, and for a good 7 months, I did not get my raise. Yeah, that is right. I did not get my raise as being a pseudo manager. As a crew leader, I was supposed to get a raise on my, paycheck, and it took them 7 months for that to happen. When I brought this up 4 times, each of the 4 times, or each one of those times, I got an excuse from them, like saying that we don't have enough money for this, we don't have anything else, we just can't do this right now, or things like that. But the reason why I didn't actually quit right then and there as a crew leader, it is because one is that I need the experience so that I could actually go to a different job and say, I've done this, this, and this. I've pseudo-managed a store. I've dealt with the numbers. I've dealt with the finances. I even went to the bank a few times to make a deposit. So now that you could trust me with the financials, you could trust me with this and this and this, and make an inventory to actually count everything correctly as to best of my knowledge, and to actually estimate or even predict of what sales can we do or how things are going to go. You could trust me with that. So for a good 7 months, I did not get a raise. When I finally got a raise 7 months later, it's pretty much 15 cents over the fact that that's pretty much above minimum wage. You only get 15 cents above minimum wage there. So for being a pseudo manager, you don't even get that much. But they needed someone to actually have the responsibility, of course, but they're not going to pay someone with the responsibility. Especially when I pretty much was working for a pseudo manager for free for about a good 7 months. So that just says a lot. That says a little bit of dedication. That says a little bit about stupidity. But in the long run, at least I have the experience to say that I've done this and this and this. So it's going to look better on my resume. So at least it could actually be a stepping stone to go up in a different low, you know, either a store or things like that. Just make sure that everything is correctly counted for. But in any case, after that 15-cent raise, the only thing that really got me annoyed was that when another employee actually became a crew leader, they got the actual, they actually got the raise about a good week after they became a crew leader while I had to wait 7 months. But main thing is that there is favoritism in the store, that if I do something, I get in trouble. But if another employee does the exact same thing, they don't get in trouble. That has happened a lot. And especially when they prefer the morning crew over the night crew, and they always talk trash about the night crew because apparently that whatever happens in the night crew, that the morning crew has to clean up. But at the same time, it goes both ways, because whenever we actually start the night shift, we have to clean up after the morning crew. And usually the morning crew just leaves everything unstocked for us. So we're right there and we have to scramble to get everything stocked up, and as well as we have to get everything prepared for the upcoming rush, because usually in the morning there is no rush and they have a lot of free time to stock up or do anything that they need to do. But apparently that's just way too much trouble for them, so now that's the responsibility of the night crew. And at the end of the night crew has to do all the cleaning in the store so that the morning crew has something clean to work with. So literally, the night crew has more responsibility than the morning crew, but at the same time, the morning crew gets all the favoritism while the night crew just gets all the garbage. That's just how I see it, and that's how literally it is. That really sucks. The night crew does not get appreciated enough, and that's why there's a little bit of resentment and there's a little bit of a rivalry between the day crew and the night crew. And it makes sense if you think about it. Does that make sense for you guys, that the morning crew is pretty much kind of disliked due to the fact that the night crew has to clean up after the morning crew and still has to clean up for the morning crew to be ready to have something clean to work with? Like I said, the night crew has a lot more responsibilities and has a little bit more stress, but apparently with the morning crew, they don't really have to do anything because the night crew is already going to take care of it. Because if we were to actually leave some dirty dishes, or if we were to leave some things dirty here and there, we get in trouble for it. But if the morning crew does it, they get off scot-free. This is the reason why I really want to work with the morning shifts, because even though I actually do a lot of cleaning, I still like to have the rest of the day off to do whatever things I need to do. So that was the main reason why I wanted to be on the morning crew. But apparently that I do such a great job as a night crew, night crew member, then they just want to keep me at the night shift. It's quite annoying. I let them know several times, especially when I was like, hey, can I have this, can I have this, can I have this? Like, we'll see. But then whenever a new employee comes in, they already have them automatically to be in the morning crew and not the night crew, because apparently that they're not good enough to be in the night crew. But at the same time, it's like, they cannot get better unless you actually let them do their work. But again, there's favoritism all around. If you're friends with a manager, of course you're going to get more morning shifts. And if you don't have any much fights with the manager, then of course you're going to get the morning shifts. The things I do as a night shift, like when I was a crew leader at the time, I do a lot of little things. And again, it goes really unappreciated that whenever I'm handling the finances, I make sure that every register has enough money to go through the day without needing to go back to the office to actually get some more change. That I stock up on the dollars, the $5, the tens, the quarters, the dimes, the nickels, and the pennies. I make sure that they don't need to go back to the office to actually get some more change. I do that for all the registers, and I make sure that there's enough money in the cash fund to actually supply the other registers with the right amount of change, because it's quite annoying when you don't have any change to work with. And usually it's always the morning crew's job to actually do this. Honestly, it is, because whenever it's the night crew's time and we don't have any change, we can't go to the bank late at night to actually get some more money, because the bank runs are always done daily. So whenever we run out of money, then that's like, wow, we have nothing to work with, and now you expect us to actually be able to provide the customer the correct change. At times, we've actually given out, like, the most I've actually ever done, I gave out $14 in $1 bills because we didn't have any 10s and we didn't have any 5s. And other times, I've actually given $30 back in $5 bills because we didn't have any 20s or we didn't have any 10s at the time. So, it makes a huge difference, but it's all up to the night crew to actually fix everything that the morning crew has done. And especially when I was a crew leader, that there are some wrong counts made by the morning crew, and then it affects how the day is going to be for the night crew, and usually the night crew gets in trouble for not getting the correct count. And I'm here like, how can you expect me to get the correct count if the morning crew did not get the correct count? Sorry, I kind of stumbled upon words, but yeah, it's happened on more than one occasion. When they got the inventory wrong for the morning crew, it affects how things are going to be for the night crew. And at times I've gotten in trouble for they thinking that I counted wrong, but at the same time, I usually tell them, like, it's the morning crew that got it wrong. Whatever numbers that they put, it's going to reflect on how everything is going to be put at the end of the night. So if they get the wrong inventory count in the morning, it's going to be wrong throughout the whole entire day, and there's nothing I could do about that. So don't get me in trouble. It's on them. Of course, they don't get in trouble. So I get more in trouble more than once, and all the little small things that I do, especially when I clean and all that stuff, it just goes unnoticed. It sounds like I'm complaining, but like I said, it has happened on more than one occasion. And the main point of this video is like, the world is not fair. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And right now I'm dealing with it by letting it all out, because if I keep balling up inside, then it's just like one day I'm just gonna snap and just yell at the manager for this, and this, and this, and then of course I'm gonna have to look for a new job. But how easy is it gonna be for me to get a new job if I yell at the manager? It's not gonna go so well. I can't put that on my resume, and they want to know my references. I'm like, whoop, yeah, so okay. Well then, there's nothing else I can do about that. There's no way you could actually get a job if they know you by actually yelling at the manager. But in any case, if I need to make a part 3, then I will. Let me know in the comment section below if there should be a part 3. Until then, there's still more that I kind of want to talk about. But one thing I will say is that the reason why I quit being a crew leader, it is because one stressful night, we didn't have anything. I was prepping. I was pretty much supplying the side items and all the other stuff for the store to have to last throughout the night. One of the other crew leaders that we had pretty much wanted to leave an hour early. So when he left an hour early, then I was in charge for the night. I was prepping. And then we get a complaint from a customer, and things just didn't go well from the complaint. I did not know what to say. Pretty much, they were kind of rude about it too. It's like, I tried to help them out. I was like, will you let me finish? Okay, I'll let you finish. They pretty much said this, and this, and then they turned it around and saying, well, you're not doing anything about it. Why aren't you doing anything about it? I tell them, like, well, you told me to let you finish, and we are sorry that this has happened, and if you want, we could do this, and this. It's like, nah, you already done enough. Wow. I tried to help out, but you guys wouldn't even let me help out. And at the same time that when you told me to let you finish, apparently that was the wrong thing to do. No matter what I did, it was always wrong, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. I just didn't want to deal with that anymore, because I did not feel appreciated from the managers. I'm sure as heck I'm not going to get appreciated by the customers. And now it's like, this is too much. The guy gets away with it, and I'm the one that gets put on the blame, because apparently that everything goes on to me. I even let the manager know. They actually wanted to talk about this, no less. They actually wanted to sit down and talk about it, and I took the time to actually tell them, like, hey, I'll meet you at 1 hour before I actually work, and then we could talk about this. I arrived an hour early to work, and I sat down at the table, and I waited. Nothing happened. So I'm like, you guys didn't want to talk about it? You told me you want to talk about it? You guys obviously didn't want to talk about it now. So, looks like I'm not going to be a crew leader. So, I gave them the keys and said, hey, I'm not a crew leader anymore. So, any problems, you talk to somebody else that has a crew leader position, or the manager, because I guess that nobody wants me to be a crew leader anymore. And now I quit as a crew leader, and pretty sure it's actually it was going great, actually. Honestly, it's pretty going great, if I could even English right. Is because at times I'm a cook, at times I cook and dishwash, and then at times I just either I'm on a drive-through or that I spend just hoping the drive-through pack, because whenever I'm on drive-through, I can't do anything. That could actually be a different topic on its own. I probably will make a part 3, unless you guys don't want me to make a part 3, but if you do, let me know in the comment section below. But in any case, I could ramble so much about this. I could just let it all out so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. I probably will bring it up in a future reference, but hey, it's just an outlet for me to actually talk about this with you guys. So thank you guys for listening. I just didn't want to cut this too short, but at the same time, I just don't want this to be a very long video as well. Although I did kind of do a little bit of a mistake earlier, and I think I pretty much have like 2 minutes left. You know what? I will definitely make a part 3. It's going to be a little bit of a while before I make a part 3, but I'm going to definitely make a part 3. Because I need a breather, and as well as that, I needed to calm down before it's like, yeah, you're saying this, and this, but get to the point. It feels good to actually let this out. It really does. Even though not many people are listening, but there are people who are going to listen who could understand my plight, and one day you guys will actually be in the situation as well where you don't feel appreciated, and I can let you guys know that I've been there and it really sucks. You just gotta let it out, just not in front of the employer, of course. Don't do it on Facebook or Twitter. Do not do anything that the employer could find you by, because none of my employers actually know about my channel, so that's a good thing, because if they knew about this and they saw this video, then it's like, yep, you got some explaining to do, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to tell them exactly the same thing. But I really hope that it's going to be both-sided and not one-sided. Because you know how some people are, that they're only going to tell you what they want to tell you, and whenever you try to defend yourself, you just don't have a platform to defend yourself because they're not allowing you to defend yourself. Well, this is going to be the end of this video, so if you enjoyed this video, for whatever reason, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe, because I upload videos every single day, except for Sundays, because that's going to be my day of rest. All my social media is down in the description below if you'd like to contact me with, and have fun, because this is a server with Pokemon, MCMMO, and a great community. So, if you'd like to join us, it's envyblock.org. Everything will be linked in the description below for you to download and be able to actually join us. So, this is going to be the end of this video. Have a great day, everyone. Let me go ahead and do third person. I'm Sorkin090, and as always, I will see you in the next video, which will be part 3.